I wanted to start out by saying this. Ultimately, you need to figure out what works for you. Different methods appeal to different people. I'm offering a sound rationale for my approach based on analysis of the science, emerging research, decades of training literature, and years of experience into what works the best. But I'm not saying it's the only approach that works. Even the best designed method won't work if people don't want to do it, and I understand that. By presenting a rationale for why I structure my own programming a certain way, I am in no way denigrating other approaches. I'm simply explaining my own approach. When someone starts training, it makes sense to hone in on just a few exercises that recruit as much muscle as possible through a full range of motion in a way that can be incrementally progressed. Beginners often don't know how to move in a safe and effective manner, and keeping the focus on a few key movement patterns that can be incrementally loaded allows them to form a mind-muscle connection and kinesthetic awareness. Throwing 20 different exercises at a beginner doesn't allow the development of movement proficiency and may pose an injury risk. The best approach is starting with a narrow exercise selection, mastering those exercises, and loading those exercises heavy enough to make them difficult, rather than learning 20 exercises at once at insufficient loads with poor execution. During the first few months, I have clients doing a bunch of squats, deadlifts, overhead pressing, bench pressing, and some kind of pull-up or chin-up. I'll also often introduce ab wheel rollouts, hip thrust, and bicep curls in the first few weeks in. There are exceptions to this depending on individual needs, but these provide a whole body workout in as few exercises as possible, and this focused simplicity allows them to make the fastest possible progress. Many people aren't consistent enough to ever see a tapering off in their progress. More often, they will yo-yo for years, leading to frustration, quitting, and faulting the program rather than their inconsistency. Exercises are an acquired skill, taking practice and repetition to learn and benefit from. Adding exercise variety when training hasn't been consistent enough to get proficient on the things that worked the best is counterproductive. Think of variety as a reward for consistency. If you're missing training sessions, you need to prioritize your workouts so that you are training frequently enough to have earned that variety. Once you've committed yourself to a structured training program, are showing up consistently, and are starting to plateau on the basics, judicious use of variety becomes not only appropriate, but essential for continued progress. However, too much, too soon is a waste of time.